Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871. Welcome to Primary Day. Today I am voting. I encourage you to vote in person. Voting in person is as easy as walking through walls. Aunt Clara couldn't have done it any better. Okay, let's get started.
You think you had to go white?
No, I only voted for this and this. I didn't touch
For
these.
like the two refund checks,
Okay.
the quick ones.
Right,
Okay.
$1,500 or something, and then you get the
Make a
balance.
check mark?
Right.
No,
It just turns green.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
but,
Can you wait?
I will be voting for.
That should be fine. You're voting for one.
But some people wanted it.
You needed it right away, so you had, like you said.
I'm on with you.
I know, especially
I'm just,
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yes, for all you people who call me an anti-Semite. Senator?
yes, right? Is this,
Let's see.
see, this is second.
How about
Delegates at large.
Yes. I didn't vote for this.
Right.
Now, so now you're undoing it. I think it's, that's.
How about that?
Finished up with her on Sunday, and she did this, and
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's see, who else? I know.
I'm gonna mark you off the list.
You just return to voting if you're not sure.
To the next phone call.
It's not taking.
So,
Yeah, you don't wanna do that.
I do that, but I
Huh?
want to make sure that,
Then you have to go back to this.
no, if we want to print anything,
but I enjoyed it
this.
To return to voting.
I know.
it's Return to voting, and you're returning. All right.
Ta-mu-me. Is that how you say it? Ta-mu-me.
The only thing that says is print.
Right, see, it goes to here, you won't see it.
Huh?
That's your vote.
Huh? There you go.
That's what it is.
Don't forget to cast.
Well, if you're, are you ready to put it in?
Yay! Well, guys, I'm back home. I did my voting, and as you can see, I rejected all of the communist rhinos. Yes, that's right. All of them proved to be inadequate. Instead, I voted for my journalist heroes. I don't know. Heroes might be a bit too strong, but basically, I at least voted for people who are out there telling the truth, or at least a very close approximation to the truth. None of the journalists that I voted for, or in Thomas Massey's way, in Thomas Massey's case, he is indeed an elected official, but either him or any of the journalists that I voted for, the independent journalists, they're not completely innocent, you know. It's not a purity test. For instance, Jimmy Dore, he did indeed accept the experimental injection. Of course, now he claims that he was bamboozled. I don't know, believe of that what you will. But one thing's for certain, we're definitely going to have to start doing things differently. Very, very differently. Because this communist faction, they are playing for keeps. That's why I'm not voting for any of the communist rhinos out there. So Curtis Bradshaw, with his the entrepreneur that he is, basically he works with Communist Murphy, Comrade Murphy, New Jersey's communist governor. He collaborates with him to draft up this cockamamie reopen business order. So a quick overview into Mr. Bradshaw here. We see that he's a prolific Cape May County hotelier. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And developer. Curtis Bradshaw is the latest New Jersey Republican to join the U.S. Senate primary, announcing his candidacy on Monday in a low-key press release. And of course, no headline is complete without its DEI, grabbing. It's attention grabbing there. He's gay! Oh my God, he's gay! What's that? Steven Crowder says? Gay! Like I say, and no, I am just now finding out that that he's gay. I didn't know that he was gay. This does not change my my vote. It's not like I suddenly wish that I could go back into the ballot and change my vote. I really don't care who you go to bed with. I need somebody that's going to have the backbone to stand up to tyranny and fight it. I am sorry, but you did not do this. You proved to be a collaborator, okay? I get it. You wanted to do what DeSantis was doing down in Florida, get businesses, probably your own too. But, businesses, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll give you that benefit to think that you were thinking of more than just yourself. I'm gonna scroll here while I talk. You guys can pause and read as you like. I get that you wanted to maybe get New Jersey businesses reopened, and basically the legislation that he introduced was basically all that stupid shit that we saw. Put up plexiglass windows between people, wear suffocators, shove things up your nose. Curtis Bradshaw was totally for this. Not only was he for it, but he even helped to create structure that implemented it. So as much as I would love to have voted for a gay Republican, no, you don't have my needs at heart. Okay, I need somebody that's going to have a backbone to stand up to tyranny. And I'm sorry, but Curtis Bradshaw, that just isn't you. Now, as you can see, that whole entire concoction of his, it's just basically capitulation, compliance. And I want to be as fair as I can to Curtis Bradshaw. I understand what you probably were trying to do. You yourself being a businessman, you understand that New Jersey, basically you were probably trying to do what Ron DeSantis was doing down in Florida. Unfortunately, what you did differently was that you tried to comply your way out of tyranny. This is what I really want to make today's video all about, the gist of it. You cannot comply your way out of tyranny. It's a very tempting thing to do. The reason why we conservatives find it so tempting is because despite what the radical left have to say about us, we are actually very good, very wholesome, upstanding people who, for the most, I'm not going to sit here and put a halo over our heads. We're not ready to be canonized. We got our faults, but we're nowhere near as malicious as the radical left would have people think, that each one of us, even the minorities, or in my case, the gay minorities, they would have you think that we all have a grand cyclopic wizard robe hidden away in our homes. It's just simply not the case at all. And it is because the radical left, or the puppeteers, the oligarchs, the deep state, who puppeteer the left-wing minions, they make them think that we are these, undercover KKKs or whatnot, or neo-Nazis or what have you. But it is these deep state faction, They know that we conservatives have, by and large anyway, a very good heart, and that we don't want to hurt anybody, you know. Uh, Trust me, we would be willing to play, make pretend, and call Richard Levine Rachel. We'd be willing to play along with that, but look at what Richard did. Richard is a dick. Like his namesake says, he is a dick. He wanted to force his way of life on all of us, okay? Force experimental injections into all of us. Yeah, I'm kicking my legs. I think I got black flies down there buzzing around. So this is going to end real quick. But yeah, that's what's, in other words, I predicted it last year. I just recently rewatched last year's Gay Pride episode because I'm getting this year's DEI Gay Pride episode together. That's what the theme is going to be, DEI and Gay Pride. And I watched some of my talking points from last year. Again, you know, I don't want to sit there and make myself out to be some kind of wise oracle prophet or anything, but everything I predicted, it came true. Okay, the LGBT community, you are so hated right now. You know, I believe the FBI, they issued a warning saying that some of the pride marches are probably in jeopardy. You know what? They're probably right. They probably are right. And if it's in jeopardy, it's from your own faction. Okay? The left, the oligarchs, should I say, the deep state, okay? The oligarchs, they social engineer this kind of mayhem and enmity and hatred, and you know, somewhere along the way they woke up and was like, oh my God, the bonfire of hatred in America, it has dwindled down to nothingness. You know, we got to get some more kindling, more fuel on that fire. We got to make sure that these people remember how different they are from one another, and start thinking about how you're the victim, you're the oppressor, and that's the way it is, and so the deep state engineers, they have definitely indeed socially engineered. There's a lot of manufacturing of consent that's going on right now. The wild teens out on the shore I'm on the East Coast, but the wild teens going ballistic in the vacation destinations here on the East Coast, all social engineering. You mark my words on that. What the end goal is to get the population to beg, to get down on their hands and knees and beg the government to dispatch basically police, armed checkpoints as you move throughout the city. You know, show us your papers. Are you authorized to be out at this time? It's all social engineering. They want you to beg for it. Instead, they learned from the fake pandemic, okay? They have learned that they can get more if they socially engineer the manufactured consent. If they can get you to beg for it, then they stand a much better chance of perpetrating their narrative. So you've been warned. That's what's going on right now. I mean, think about it. These wild urban black kids turning up in these what's mostly a white hamlet, a quiet white hamlet, and you can tell by the news they don't want to talk about the race. But anyway, I digress. Yes. And while I'm on the topic of conservative values, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Conservative values. I understand the way a lot of urban black people might feel about conservatives. I get it. You've probably drunk the Kool-Aid on a lot of the narrative. I'm not going to say 100% of it is false. There is a fly in the ointment. Okay, I'll admit it. There is, floating around in there somewhere. There's a fly in the ointment. But, you know, it's better to just simply cope with the fly than let the festering wound go without treatment. You're going to need that ointment. So, what I am challenging urban black America to do, this is my challenge to you today, after I have voted and did my protest voting. If you don't like the conservative party, community, then guess what? Here's a news flash for you. The GOP, they don't have license and registration on the word conservative. Show us. If we've got it wrong, show us. What is it to be conservative? Show us a better way of being conservative, please. Okay? Because I can tell you right now, the flies are getting to me. I'm about to cut this off. I can tell you right now, the theft, the retail theft, the swarming of stores, the fights, the gun violence. This is, you're only playing into a stereotype, you know. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's in, is it Texas? We've got a bar down there in Texas who is celebrating heterosexual month, heterosexual awesomeness month. And of course, all the woke leftists, they're losing their shit over it. But you're not going to lose your shit over the fact that so many urban black people are being socially engineered to play into so many awful black tropes, you know, to bring forth the worst that people could possibly think about urban black people. So that's my challenge to you. Be a better conservative. You know, hey, take my example. You know, there are conservatives out there, they don't like me because I'm gay. I'm a long-haired faggot. Huh? I'm a gay, black, long-haired faggot. But you know what? I'm a conservative. Why? Because this is conservative. This is what conservative means to me. I live a good life. I do my best to not break the law, to respect other people, their property, their rights. I do what I have to do to be a good citizen. Are you being a good citizen, or are you just being a lackey for the government? You know, before I leave you, there was a song that's been, no pun intended, buzzing in my head for the last couple of days. This song, I thought it was rather interesting.
With a new sound, and here they are, the honeybees.
You need us like a clam needs a shell, like a prisoner needs a cell, like a ding dong needs a bell. You need us. You need me. You need me like a picture needs a star, like a golfer needs a par, like teenagers need a car. You need me. You need me. You need me like a baby needs a toy, like Hawaiians need their boy, like a girlie needs a boy. Needs a string, like a queenie needs a king. You need me. You need us. You need us.
Now, I initially wondered, should I reach for Star Trek Enterprise's Mako to bring home this point? You need me. You need us. Star Trek's Enterprise, you know, with Scott Bakula. They had, I think it was in the second or third season, they brought in the Makos. Basically, I forget what the acronym stands for, MACO. Basically, it's Space Marines. As case you don't know, what the show was all about was the infancy of the Federation, the infancy of Starfleet. They didn't even have things like Red Alert. You know, the security officer Miles, he ended up coming up with an alert system. So the Enterprise, the Star Trek Enterprise, it even predated Red Alert. You know. But the Makos, basically the gist of it was Starfleet got out there in deep space. And even though they came with arms wide open, we are friend. Even though they came with their friendly intentions, they very, very quickly learned. Like Q said to Captain Picard, if you can't take a little bloody nose, you know, not everybody out here is your friend. Like Q said, it's dangerous out here. And they had to learn that, you know. I'm sorry, but your doolally, kumbaya Federation, I'm sorry, that ideology, I guess that's what I'm trying to get together and say. That kumbaya ideology, it's not really going to fly everywhere that you go. Now, there will be some people out there who are into that sort of thing, but you're going to need something serious. You're going to need firepower. That's why I reach for the whole Gilligan Island. They call themselves the honeybees. You need us. I'm serious. It's what's been in my head here the last few days, because that I truly do believe that the alt-left, they don't want to say it. They're in such deep denial. But as I stand here today in this hot-ass sun, sweating, as I stand here recording this, Joe Biden, I believe it's at 4 o'clock. It's not quite 4 o'clock yet. But Joe Biden, he's about to announce executive orders for down at the border. You know, this wouldn't be the first time. This is not the first time. Biden has wanted to enact a lot of Trump, the things that he repealed. Biden is racking his head right now, or his administration, they're racking their heads right now, thinking, how can we bring these Trump executive orders and these Trump control measures, how can we bring them back without looking like we're admitting that the Republicans were right about all this stuff? How can we bring it back while saving face? That's what Joe Biden's administration is struggling with right now. Yeah, they are learning that you need us, the conservatives, our conservative values. You need them. I'm sorry, you're never going to have your idealistic utopia without conservative values. Or like my grandmama used to say, she was a church organist for many, many years. She used to say, baby, if you want the music to sound right, you got to play the black and the white keys. I'll leave you with that thought. Total Control, 871.